Okay, stop scrolling. Seriously, stop. Because I just posted three of the most exciting remote e-commerce jobs I've seen in a while on our school community, and if you're watching this video right now, there's a very real chance one of these roles was literally built for you. We're talking about a visual design role where you're basically using AI and Photoshop to create luxury imagery, an email marketing role for a super cool sustainable product brand, and a marketing VA position at a fast-growing international e-commerce company. Three completely different roles, three incredible opportunities, all remote, all posted this week. And here's the thing, most people are not going to apply. Not because they're not qualified, but because they'll watch this. They'll think, yeah, that sounds cool, and then they'll go back to doom scrolling. Don't be that person. So let's break all three down right now so you know exactly what each role is, who it's for, and whether you should be clicking that link. So quick context for anyone who's new here. We run a jobs board inside our school community specifically for e-commerce professionals. Shopify developers, email marketers, designers, media buyers, VAs, operators, the whole ecosystem. Every week, we post curated remote jobs from real e-commerce companies and agencies who are actively hiring. No ghosting, no fake listings. These are real opportunities with real teams. And today I want to spotlight three specific jobs that just went live because I think they're genuinely rare and I want to make sure the right people see them. Let's start with the one that I think is the most creatively exciting role I've seen listed in months. Visual Alchemist, Graphic Designer. Job number one. And I already love this role because the company didn't even call it a graphic designer. They called it a visual alchemist. And honestly, that title tells you everything you need to know about what kind of company this is. So who's hiring? It's a Shopify development agency, based originally out of Montreal, now fully remote, that specializes in enterprise-level e-commerce. We're talking high-performance stores for fast-growing brands, Shopify Plus builds, massive order volumes. This is not a little agency doing 5-page websites. This is a serious, scaling team with a global client base. And they're looking for someone to handle all the visual content production for the brands they work with. Now here's where it gets interesting. This is not a make it look nice job. This is not resize this banner and export it as a PNG. This is genuinely technical, genuinely creative, and genuinely next level. What are you actually doing day to day? You're taking low-quality product photos, the kind that brands shoot on an iPhone in bad lighting, and you're transforming them into editorial quality, high-end lifestyle imagery. And I don't mean you're just slapping a filter on it. I mean you are using Photoshop at an expert level, masking, color correction, advanced lighting work, and you're using AI tools like Midjourney or Stable Diffusion to generate photorealistic environments and backgrounds. And then you're compositing everything together so seamlessly that it looks like the brand hired a photographer, rented a studio in Tokyo, and shot a full campaign. That's the job. You're building entire visual worlds around products, from scratch. And then on top of that, you're delivering layered Figma-ready files so the rest of the design team can work with your assets cleanly. So who is this role perfect for? This is for someone who grew up on Photoshop, someone who understands traditional design fundamentals, composition, color theory, typography, light and shadow, but who has also embraced the AI design wave. You're not scared of Midjourney. You're not threatened by Stable Diffusion. You've already been building workflows that combine the two. You have a sharp eye for luxury aesthetics. You know the difference between an image that looks like a product photo and one that looks like it belongs in Vogue or a high-end brand campaign. And you care about that difference. If that's you, if you get genuinely excited by visual problem solving, if you love the challenge of taking something ordinary and making it look extraordinary, this role is a dream. The technical skills they want? Advanced Photoshop masking and retouching, color correction, AI image generation, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, upscaling techniques, and the ability to produce clean, organized Figma deliverables. And I'll just say this, the market for people who can do this well is huge right now, because most designers are either traditional or AI native, but very few can bridge both worlds at a high level. If you can, You are extremely valuable. Fully remote, fast-paced, technically demanding, creatively exciting. Link is in the description. Click it. Apply. Job number 2. Email Marketing Specialist, Klaviyo, at Natalim. The company is called Natalim, and I love this brand because what they're doing is genuinely cool and genuinely needed. They make everyday cleaning products. Specifically, their flagship product is a biodegradable laundry detergent in strip form. If you haven't seen these, they're strips of concentrated detergent that dissolve in water. No plastic jug, no waste. Super clean ingredients, high performance. The idea is simple. Why are we still buying giant plastic jugs of detergent when there's a better, smarter, more sustainable solution? Natalim is the answer to that question. And as a growing DTC brand, they need someone who can communicate that value clearly, persuasively, and consistently, specifically through email. So what's the role? You're an email marketing specialist, and your primary tool is Klaviyo. You're not being asked to set strategy at the highest level. This is an execution-focused role, meaning you own the campaigns, you own the flows, you own the copy. Day to day, you're writing newsletters, promotional campaigns, product launch emails, seasonal sends, all of it. You're building and managing Klaviyo flows. You're crafting subject lines that actually get opened. You're writing pre-headers that pull people in. You're writing email bodies that convert. And you're doing all of this in a consistent brand voice that reflects what Natalim stands for: sustainability, intelligence, care for the planet. Now here's the specific requirement that makes this role unique and also makes it a huge opportunity for the right person. Fluency in Catalan is required. Yes, Catalan, the language spoken in Catalonia, the Balearic Islands, and parts of Valencia. About 10 million native speakers. And if you're one of them, or if you're fully fluent, you just became a very small pool of highly qualified candidates for this role. Because when you combine 2 years of email marketing experience, strong Klaviyo skills, copywriting ability that converts, and Catalan fluency, that is a very specific and very valuable combination. And Natalim needs exactly that. What does the ideal candidate look like beyond the language? You have at least 2 years of email marketing experience. Not just I've sent a newsletter experience, but real Klaviyo flows experience. Welcome sequences, abandonment flows, post-purchase sequences, win-back campaigns. You know how to build them and optimize them. You write copy that feels human and brand appropriate, not generic. You understand the nuances of DTC consumer communication. You know how to adapt messaging for different stages of the customer journey. Top of funnel awareness versus retention versus re-engagement. You're detail-oriented. You catch the typo before the email goes out. You notice when the subject line feels off. You care about every pixel and every word. And you're autonomous. Natalim is a growing brand. They need someone who doesn't need to be managed on every task. Someone who can be given a brief and execute with excellence. The deal: fully remote, strong focus on creative freedom and brand ownership. Real impact on a brand that's growing and doing something good for the planet. If you're a Catalan-speaking email marketer with Klaviyo chops and a love for sustainable brands, this might be the most perfectly matched job you'll ever see. Don't sleep on it. Link is in the description. Seriously, go apply. Now the third job, this one is probably the most versatile of the three. It's ideal for someone who's earlier in their career, or someone who has a broad marketing skill set and wants to be part of a fast-moving international e-commerce team without being siloed into one channel. This is a support role with a massive ceiling. Let me break it down. Job number 3, Marketing Virtual Assistant at GTE. The company is GTE, a fast-growing e-commerce company that builds and scales online brands across international markets. They're not a one-brand operation. They're a multi-brand, multi-market machine, and they move fast. Their culture is built around ownership. The people on this team don't sit around waiting for instructions. They take initiative. They test ideas. They grow with the business. That's the environment you'd be stepping into. And the role is Marketing Virtual Assistant. Now, I know Virtual Assistant can sometimes feel like a limiting title, but don't let that fool you here. This is not a calendar management and inbox checking kind of VA role. This is a marketing execution role with real breadth. What does your week look like? You're supporting the marketing team across multiple channels. That means you're helping with email marketing campaigns. You're supporting social media execution. You're assisting with paid campaign setup and monitoring. You're doing market and competitor research. You're coordinating influencer outreach. You're tracking performance metrics and helping the team understand what's working. And on top of that, you're doing basic content creation. Think graphics, captions, blog formatting. Not full creative production, but the execution layer that keeps campaigns moving. This is a make the machine run smoothly kind of role. And in a fast-moving e-commerce company, that person is invaluable. Who is this for? It's for someone who has a foundational background in digital marketing. You understand the channels, you know the platforms. You can move fluidly between email and social and paid without needing a crash course each time. Specifically, GTE wants someone with strong Shopify knowledge. If you've worked in e-commerce or DTC brands before, even in a support capacity, that experience is a major advantage here. You're organized, you're proactive, you can manage multiple tasks without dropping the ball. You're comfortable working independently and communicating clearly with a remote team. And here's what you get in return: full remote setup, competitive compensation, real growth opportunities, and critically, exposure to diverse marketing strategies across different brands and markets. If you want to learn fast, this is the kind of environment where you'll see more in 6 months than you would in 2 years at a slow-moving company. This role is great for someone who wants to grow into a senior marketing role down the line. If you're putting in the reps here, learning across channels, seeing what works in international e-commerce, you're building a resume that opens serious doors. If you're organized, marketing-minded, e-commerce familiar, and ready to move fast, this is your shot. Link in the description. Go. All right, 3 jobs. Let me give you the quick summary before I let you go. Job 1. Visual Alchemist at the Montreal-founded Shopify agency. You're turning raw product images into luxury editorial visuals using Photoshop and AI tools. This is for the technically creative designer who bridges traditional skills and modern AI workflows. Fully remote. Job 2. Email Marketing Specialist at Natulum. You own Klaviyo campaigns and copy for a sustainable cleaning brand. Catalan fluency required. 2 years minimum experience. This is for the detail-obsessed email marketer who writes copy that converts. Fully remote. Job 3. Marketing VA at GTE. You're supporting a multi-brand international e-commerce company across email, social, paid, and influencer. Shopify experience is key. This is for the organized, proactive, fast-learning marketer who wants real exposure and real growth. Fully remote. All 3 links are in the description below. And if none of these are the right fit for you personally, I want you to still click the link, because we add new jobs to the board every single week inside our school community. There are Shopify developers, media buyers, operations managers, customer service leads, and more coming through regularly. The community is the place to be if you work in e-commerce or you want to build a career in this space. It's where brands and operators post jobs, where freelancers find clients, and where people share what's actually working right now in the industry. If you're not in yet, the link to join is in the description too. And look, I'll be real with you for a second. The job market in general is noisy right now. There's a lot of noise, a lot of generic job boards, a lot of ghosting, a lot of roles that don't really lead anywhere. What we're trying to build with this jobs board is different. Curated, specific to this industry, real companies, real opportunities. So if you found value in this video, hit the like button, share it with someone you know who's looking for work in e-commerce, and subscribe because we do this every week.